World leader compares himself to the Lord of the Rings, Sauron. Russian President Vladimir Putin has gifted his council with rings, making him seem like pseudo-Sauron from Lord of the Rings. What's going on out there, everyone? This is W.F.S, your doctor. And before we get into the article, if you would subscribe to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. And more so, if you like the video, please click that like button. Be greatly appreciated also. And for those of you who have subscribed to my channel already, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. But now, let's get into the video here. Vladimir Putin has either been watching Amazon Prime's The Lord of the Rings of Power, or doing a highly suggested rewatch or reread of The Lord of the Rings, as the Russian leader just pulled the most Sauron move possible and forgave a set of golden bands. As reported by Deadline, Putin gifted golden rings to 8 fellow leaders during a summit between the Commonwealth of Independent States, one of each of the heads, and a final for Putin to rule them all. Orlensky Konchano's Twitter account posted, "Putin got tired of being the Hitler of the 21st century and decided to play the Lord of the Rings and became Mighty Sauron." He presented the participants of the Infinite Summit of the Commonwealth, or the informal Summit of the Commonwealth of Independent States, with rings with the symbol of the Commonwealth. And here are some images of those rings that he handed out. While I don't speak Russian, makes you wonder if they did put one ring to rule them all. Twitter will be Twitter, and immediately after the news broke of Vladimir Putin's golden gesture, a user flocked to mock the Russian president and compared him to Sauron. In a tweet, Antoine Janenchenko, an advisor to the Ukrainian Ministry of Internal Affairs, tweeted pictures comparing Putin's allies and the new jewelry to the Lord of the Rings character Gollum, a creature so obsessed with the power of the rings it changed him from a man to a beast. Meanwhile, Orlensky Konchenko, a Ukrainian parliamentarian, said that Putin was moving from his role of Hitler in the 21st century to the evil character of the Lord of the Rings, poking fun at the group's summit gift. Okay, well, I skipped a certain part of the article here because it mentioned the presidents of these countries that were involved and how many of them were gifted the rings. For those who may not know, Vladimir Putin's Sauron parallel comes from the classic fantasy book series penned by J.R.R. Tolkien. In them, readers are taken to the fictional land of Middle-earth, where the sinister ruler named Sauron has forged 9 rings of power and handed them out to the leaders of men, bringing unimaginable amount of strength and mysticism to those who wear them. The rings are all powerful, that is, except the one who rules them all. The rings in question is of course held by Sauron, who lords over the juiced-up rulers with malicious darkness that plunges Middle-earth into war, bloodshed, and chaos. The story has gone on to spawn a star-studded film franchise that was even given a prequel story in the Hobbit trilogy, as well as the aforementioned Prime Video series, The Lord of the Rings of Power. As for Vladimir Putin, his rings allegedly contain the phrase Happy New Year 2023, and Russia making us wish that Sauron would have done something similar with his creations, of course replacing Russia with Mordor. With the attack on Ukraine still raging, the comparison between Vladimir Putin to Sauron isn't a hard one to make. with everyone, including celebrities, stepping up to help Ukraine's fight. The country has made progress against what Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has previously referred to as the empire between Star Wars and The Lord of the Rings. There are plenty of parallels that we can see playing out between the two countries at this time. Okay, so we're done with the article now, and I'd like to know what all of you think about this. I mean, I kind of think it's funny how they're trying to compare Sauron to Putin, but at the same time, it probably is not making things any easier over there either. Putin is just such a touchy, sensitive guy right now. Every few days, you hear that he may launch missiles against the West or its allies because they're trying to help Ukraine and we should just be leaving them alone. But at the same time, you also got to feel so sorry for those people. And I'm not really talking about the government involved here. I'm talking about just the average innocent person over there who's just minding their own damn business and having their entire life wiped out. This is just so sick. But at the same time, Vladimir handing out all these rings to everybody. Thanks for the support. Hey, you're a good friend. Geez, some friends, right? Helping to enable a war that nobody wants. Well, so again, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about this? Do you think the comparison really should be made? I think it's funny as hell. I really do. But I really want to know what you think also. So drop your comments, please. I want to hear from you. I'm W.F.S, your doctor, and until the next time, my friends, God bless.